We are just 2 days away from WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, and we're going to break down every single match here in this video, so you're going to want to stay tuned. There's going to be some bold predictions, some hot takes to come up on this episode of Wrestle Digest, but before we get into it, we gotta say that 89% of you guys watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you're looking for a home for wrestling content, maybe a second home for wrestling content here on YouTube, make sure you're down below and hit that subscribe button. But before we get into the matches here today, Brady, I think we gotta put something on the line here. It's our first prediction video on the channel, so maybe whoever gets the most predictions right, we get the body other something on the WWE shop.
I like it. I like having the high stakes, makes it more exciting for you and I, more exciting for the viewers at home. And I can't wait for you to get me my head of the table t-shirt on Monday night.
You're gonna be getting an American Nightmare t-shirt for me on Monday night. But with that said, let's go right into the first match on Saturday, which is Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominik Mysterio. Brady, I'm gonna throw it to you right away here. What are your initial thoughts, predictions for this match?
I think this is a great way to open up the WrestleMania Night 1 card. You got a lot of history between father and son here. Rey and Dominik, of course, going way back to last WrestleMania when Rey picked up the win over Dirty Dom. And I'm sure that's still getting at Dominik on the inside, that his father beat him on the grandest stage of them all, especially with his heel gimmick now and trying to get all the heat he possibly can muster up. But it should be a good match. I was a little shocked to see Rey Mysterio take Dragon Lee as his tag team partner over Carlito. So, I mean, that should be interesting. I think my prediction for this match will be Santos Escobar and Dominik Mysterio winning with the help of Carlito.
That's an interesting take. I kind of like it. I don't mean to copy on the first one here, but my pick is Dirty Dom and Santos Escobar as well. I think they have a lot more to prove here. They have a lot more from winning this match than Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. I think they kind of put Dragon Lee in this match to maybe showcase his ability because he, kind of hasn't been in the limelight as much in the WWE. So maybe they just want to showcase his talents and maybe, look to push him a little bit at WrestleMania with a solid performance. Obviously with, a legend in Rey Mysterio, a guy who's been to the Showcase of Immortals many a times. I think he can take this loss more than a Dirty Dom and a Santos Escobar are. Guys who are just starting their rise in the WWE. Obviously, starting WrestleMania with this, Dominik, one of the biggest heels, if not the biggest heel in the company, is going to be raining down boos. Philly's going to be loud. You're going to hear it all over the city when Dirty Dom is walking to the ring. And not only do I think Dominik Mysterio and Santos Escobar are going to win this match, I think Dirty Dom pins Rey Mysterio to win. I think if you get this big pop from the crowd when Dirty Dom pins his dad at WrestleMania and the boos are raining down, I think it's just going to be a great way to start the show. And it's also going to continue on the storyline of maybe, Dirty Dom leading away from the Judgment Day and going with Santos Escobar.
Oh, I think that would be very cool to see Dirty Dom kind of shift in here with the Lucha World Order and just take over that. I think that would be great, especially with the chance of Carlito being involved. And he'll be heel then, and he'll be back with the Lucha World Order, and Dom will be leading the reigns next to Santos Escobar. And, I mean, that gives us more Rey Mysterio, gets to showcase Dragon Lee. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down for it. Let's go. I just want Carlito, if he does show up I spit in the face. I want to hear that. Bring it back. But we're going to get into the second match here, which is Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control. And obviously, I'm going to start this one off here. I think Jade Cargill and Bianca and Naomi win this match hands down. This is Jade Cargill's, kind of first chance to showcase her ability to the WWE Universe, and I think all of her talents are going to be on display in this match at WrestleMania. And I think Damage Control can take the hit here because they're not going to lose the titles in this match. They already have them. So, taking the hit, taking the loss here doesn't really affect their, kind of stature within the WWE. It just really gets them to show off the talents of Jade Cargill, the way they've built her up as one of the biggest free agents in the wrestling world, and I think she's going to be on full display here. Bianca's going to be on full display, and Naomi finally getting back at WrestleMania. It's just going to be a great match for those girls.
I am so excited to see Naomi back at the grandest stage of them all. When she came back at the Royal Rumble, oh my God. That was my favorite part of the whole event, to be honest. Big Naomi fan. I love the glow. Zayn. Let's get it going. And I mean, obviously, Jade Cargill in this match too, with a lot to prove. A lot of hype to live up to, which I have no doubt in my mind that she will. She was dominant over at AEW. Enjoy watching her matches over there for sure. So it'll be great to see what she can do. And obviously, my girl Bianca Belair. I'm still hurting from when she lost the title to Becky at SummerSlam like that. I love Bianca. Fantastic group. Now, Damage Control, on the other hand, great heel faction. But as you said, they're not losing their gold here. It's just going to be a loss. So I think they're gonna take this loss well and help elevate the other ladies for sure.
How tough is that for Damage Control and Asuka? I mean, I think it's 3 years in a row she's lost at WrestleMania. I mean, it's going to be tough for her to take another hit. But, I mean, there's no chance in my mind that the Bianca and Jade and Naomi lose this match. Like I said, they're going to be trying to showcase her ability, get Jade right into the title picture here in WWE, in my opinion. So, my pick is Jade and Naomi and Bianca, and I'm sure, and yours is too. Yep. Same picks out of the two first matches here. But, obviously, these are kind of easy ones to kind of predict, in my opinion. But we're going to get into the third match of the night, which is the 6-pack ladder match for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And we're going to bring it right into you, Brady. What are you thinking about the 6-pack tag ladder match?
I mean, you've got a lot of competition in this match. I mean, if I'm Damian Priest and Finn Balor, I'm worried. I am terrified. I have no doubt that they could pull it off, but I mean, you got 5 other teams in there, and they're not just, filler teams either. There's some big names. I mean, you want to just list them off one by one, and I'll break them down and just tell you how good these guys really are?
Yeah, you obviously got the Awesome Truth. You got, the Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, you got DIY, you got the New Day, you got the New Catch Republic, and obviously the Judgment Day, obviously all the hot tag teams right now in WWE.
When it comes down to this match, there's going to be a lot of spots. It's going to be fantastic. I think the crowd are going to really buy into this match. Maybe we'll see some antics from the Judgment Day outside of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And who knows, maybe it'll cost them the match, maybe it'll win them the match. Personally, I think the titles will be dropped at WrestleMania. And I'm hoping that the Awesome Truth can pull it out and be the tag team champions. I mean, I hated these guys growing up, but they had everything to hate. I was the biggest John Cena fan in the world, and you had the Awesome Truth, and they were just two little morons that you weren't rooting for, but you fast forward to nowadays, and my God, our Truth is one of the best things going, in my opinion. And The Miz, I would love to see him with some gold. He's so deserving. And these guys back together, just it's good. It's good for business.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there, but I'm going to say my first hot take of the day here. I think Michael Cole has kind of expressed you have to grab the titles above the ring too much for it not to mean something at WrestleMania, and I think this is their perfect chance to split the Undisputed Tag Team Championships up to Raw and SmackDown again. And I think we may see some antics where maybe R-Truth is involved and, his character, is kind of joking, kind of playing dumb type of character that he has been putting on. I think maybe he grabs the Raw Tag Team titles and there's another guy on the other side of the ladder who grabs the SmackDown titles. Then we see, maybe the general manager or Triple H come out and say, yeah, we got two new champions, and R-Truth and The Miz are Raw's tag team championships, tag team champions, and I really hope that DIY are the SmackDown tag team champions, because Tommaso Ciampa is such a great wrestler, and he deserves some great gold around his belt. And I think, I mean, you can bash me in the comments if I'm wrong here, but I do think that the tag teams are going to be split up here at WrestleMania. One going to R-Truth and The Miz at the Awesome Truth, and one going to DIY.
I like that take a lot, Casey. My brain never really went down that path, but I could definitely see Awesome Truth with the tag titles on one show and DX with the tag titles on the other show.
Yeah, definitely. DIX.
Triple H.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want Pete Dunne and the New Catch Republic to win. I love these guys. They've been, all over the world. I mean, Pete Dunne obviously in NXT UK for a while, and now over with the New Catch Republic, and these guys have just been great wrestlers, and I think they deserved to have a tag team championship around their waist. I just don't think at WrestleMania is the way to do it. I think that they will get their chance at winning these titles at some point. I just think at WrestleMania, I think the Awesome Truth walks away with it. I think it'd be fun to see R-Truth and The Miz win the titles, and obviously my prediction is they're separating the titles. Your prediction is R-Truth and The Miz are just going to win the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. So that's what we're going to go with, and, it might be a crazy take from me, but we'll see what happens. We're going to go into the next match of the night, which is Jey versus Jimmy Uso. And obviously, this is a really hype match, brother versus brother, a match that I'm really excited for. I'm going to start it off here. I really do think, this could potentially be a hot take too. I think Jimmy takes it over Jey. I think Jimmy needs it more than Jey. Obviously, Jey has made himself into main event Jey Uso, day one. The theme song bumps. He comes out with the arms in the air. Pat McAfee standing on the announce table. Obviously, he has, made himself into a great solo competitor. I don't think that Jimmy Uso has done that yet. He's kind of been, in the shadow of Roman Reigns and The Rock here, and hasn't really had his chance to showcase his solo ability. So I think this will be on full display at WrestleMania with Jimmy getting the win over Jey.
I like the way you think, Casey. I mentioned a few videos back as well. I've always been a Jimmy guy growing up. I could see the match going either way, and no matter who picks up the victory in this one, we're gonna get one hell of a spectacle.
Oh yeah.
And I think for me, apart from the main event tag team match, this is the match for me that I'm most excited about. Coming down to pick a winner, like you said, I think this one you could flip a coin. Both of these guys are equally talented. We've seen them reign dominance over the tag team division for countless months. It's just what seemed forever.
Yeah.
But since Jey departed with the yeet, he's got it going. And as you say, Jimmy hasn't really lit that fire beneath him to really elevate himself as that solo competitor. So I think it'll be Jimmy Uso taking the W here at WrestleMania. It just makes most sense.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. And like you said, at the end of the day, this is probably going to be match of the night for me. I think these guys, they've been wrestling together their whole life. They're brothers. They know each other's, moveset. They know what they can do. They know what they can't do. So we're going to see some banger moves. We're going to see an unbelievable finish in this match, in my opinion. I think this is going to be match of the night for me. And I really hope we get to see a Rikishi appearance. Come on, give it to us. We need a Rikishi appearance at WrestleMania. But yeah, both of us picking Jimmy here. Obviously, tough night for Jey, but I think Jimmy not deserves it more, but needs it more than Jey Uso to kind of push his character over. No yeet takes it. That's what we're saying here on Wrestle Digest. But we're going to get to the next match of the night here, which is the Ring General Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the IC title. And Brady, I'm going to throw it right to you here right away. What are you thinking for, the IC title, Gunther versus Sami Zayn?
I'm so excited. I just dropped my setup here. The Ring General. Come on. What an athlete. We seen it last WrestleMania in the triple threat with Drew and Sheamus. Wow. This guy, he puts it on every week. He's exactly what the IC champ should be. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's just a monster. He's a monster. Fantastic. On the other hand, you got Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn. Fantastic in the ring. Fantastic on the mic. Sami Zayn, respectfully, man, I think he is the reason that I bought into the Bloodline storyline as much as I did. Because without him, you don't have no honorary Uce. And you ain't got that, you don't get to see the little soft part of our tribal chief without Sami Zayn. So, honestly, this match could go either way. Sami Zayn can run the mile. He can outlast anybody, really. Look at all the damage he took from the Bloodline after turning on the tribal chief.
Yeah.
And him and Kevin Owens still managed to take the titles. So Sami doesn't have that quit in him. And I think no matter what happens here, win or lose, Gunther's going to have a lot of respect for Sami Zayn after this match.
Yep.
My prediction, I got to go with the ring general here.
Going with Gunther.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense for Gunther to drop this title to Sami Zayn, in my opinion. I think there's someone better to maybe end the streak. But how about yourself? What are you thinking for this one?
Man, I think we're on the same wavelength there. Obviously, like you said, Sami Zayn with the Bloodline making that big storyline last year. And, without that, we don't have main event Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. So, obviously,
also very true.
He's done so much for this company over this past year. I know a lot of people are saying he deserves it more than Gunther. He needs this big WrestleMania win in his portfolio. But with that, in saying that, I don't think the Ring General drops the title here at WrestleMania. I think eventually they're going to start framing Gunther as, a solo competitor, as a solo champion competitor, like a WWE champion type of guy, World Heavyweight Champion type of guy, more than a mid-card champion. I think eventually he does drop this title in the near future, but I don't think it is the Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I think there's going to maybe be some antics here from Chad Gable that may cost him the match. There might be something like that happens. Obviously, Imperium may make an appearance and put some antics in as well. You got the Shoosh versus the Imperium. So, you can see that ringside could distract one of these competitors. And, eventually it leads to someone winning, and I think Gunther leaves WrestleMania as the champion. Like you said, he has this streak, the longest IC streak of all time, and I don't think he drops it here at WrestleMania to Sami Zayn. I think eventually, later on this year, I think he does drop this title to make a push towards a World Heavyweight Championship or, a Universal Championship shot, but I don't think it is at WrestleMania. So both of us are picking Gunther here. Obviously, tough night for Sami Zayn. I think I would love to see him as IC champion. I think it would be great, but I don't think it is at WrestleMania. But we're going to get into the next one here, which is the man versus Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Obviously, this has been a match that's been very hyped up here over this last little while with, all the comments coming out on the Ariel Helwani show, the MMA Hour, and they've been, Rhea's been throwing shots at Becky's daughter and stuff like this. It's a very hyped up match, in my opinion. And obviously, I think Becky Lynch, one of the 4 horsewomen of the women's division in WWE. You can make an argument for Becky Lynch here to maybe take this belt off Rhea Ripley. But in saying that, I'm going to Rhea Ripley. I don't think she drops this title. She's too dominant, and she's basically the leader of the Judgment Day, in my opinion. I think she retains this belt 100% of the time here. Obviously, she's had one of these most dominant reigns over this past year as Women's World Champion, and I don't think this stops the Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And I think she just adds another defeat to a 4 horsewomen of WWE at WrestleMania. Obviously, we've seen her beat Charlotte Flair, so maybe we see her beat Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
Wow. 2 out of 4 horsewomen defeated. That's quite a thing to put on your resume. And as you said, Casey, Rhea Ripley is red hot right now. And the build up to this match has been so great. We've had Rhea comment on, as you said, Becky's daughter. We've had Becky say that Rhea was, if she is a heel, she is the worst heel in WWE history. I mean, there's going to be a lot of tension here, and we've seen them. We've seen them on Monday night have a little tussle in the ring. Just a little preview of what we're going to get here at WrestleMania. But not to copy you here, but it doesn't make sense for Becky to beat Rhea right now, especially given that the Judgment Day may be over at WrestleMania. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with everything you're saying here. There doesn't make no sense to me for Rhea to drop this title at WrestleMania. It only makes sense for her to keep going on her dominant reign as champion here. And, I think it's going to be a great match. Two of these women have such great in-ring ability, in-ring talent, that I think it's just going to be a banger of a match to watch. And I think Mommy's always on top, so she's going to come out on top at WrestleMania. So both of us got Rhea Ripley here. Let us know who you got down below in the comment section. We're going to get into the next match here, which is the main event of night one. That is The Rock and Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, with the implications of this match being, if the Bloodline win, the next match, the main event of night two, will be a Bloodline rules match, which we got a little bit of a look at on Monday Night Raw. But obviously, Brady, I'm just going to throw it to you here. I think I want to hear your take on it first.
All right. Well, first off, let's take a second to acknowledge our tribal chief and all he's done for this company over the past few years. I mean, Roman Reigns, what a workhorse. He's carried the titles. He's carried the bloodline. He's carried everything on his back. And now he's got the final boss in his corner to assure that night two will be a bloodline rules match. There is zero doubt in my mind that The Rock and Roman Reigns whoop some candy ass on night one against whoa and I'm not sure if any of you guys caught the Jimmy Fallon interview last night, but Roman Reigns, no, it wasn't Roman, it was The Rock. The Rock compared Cody Rhodes to Luke Skywalker, and he compared Seth Rollins to being the Joker. And I mean, Roman Reigns literally called, because Jimmy Fallon, let me back up. Jimmy Fallon showed a picture of Roman and Seth and a WrestleMania tag team match. And he asked, he said, who's this guy here? Poking the bear, poking our tribal chief here a little bit. And Roman looked over at The Rock so calm and collected, and he goes, what do we call him now? Clown emoji? Clown emoji? I mean, who knows? Anything could happen in this match. I would love to see Seth turn on Cody. Very big possibility. We still haven't seen Seth conquer the American Nightmare yet. So it could be some animosity in the ring. Maybe a little Shield apology. I'm sorry. Let me get your back here. Bloodline rules. But no matter how it ends, I think the result will be the same. Roman and The Rock, night one, 100%. Bloodline rules.
Yeah, I don't want to have to copy you again here, but I mean, that's my same thinking of it. I think not only do The Rock and Roman win, I think that The Rock pins Cody to win this match, adding to that, storyline of The Rock and Cody, where he's beating him up on Monday Night Raw and he pins him at night one of WrestleMania, kind of defying the defying the odds here and saying, whoa, the Bloodline are pinning Cody the next night, just adding more and more to. I don't want to give away my prediction for the main event, but it adds more to, Cody wrestled the night before, he got beat up, he got pinned. Is he really going to win this match? Is he going to finish the story? And I think this just adds it a lot more. It adds a lot more on the plate of Cody Rhodes to finish the story, adding the Bloodline rules stipulation. You had the Bloodline coming in, beating up on you whenever they want. And then I'm hoping that the WWE Avengers assemble to come out and rescue Cody at WrestleMania. But yeah, my pick for this match, I think it's going to be a great match. I don't think that Seth turns. It doesn't make sense to me for Seth to turn heel on night one. But I do think, without a doubt, that there is going to be a Bloodline rules match for the main event of WrestleMania. And that starts with The Rock and Roman winning at night one of WrestleMania. So do you smell it? The Bloodline's cooking, because they're cooking up a pin on Cody here, because that's just the way it's going to happen, in my opinion. I think there's no doubt in my mind that The Rock and Roman don't win this match. I think it's going to be a great match.
Lay the smack it down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great match, but I just can't see a world where The Rock and Roman don't win. But we're going to get to night 2 here. Everybody's favorite night, I think. Night 2 starts off with, it hasn't been announced yet, but The Pride, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits versus Karrion Kross and AOP, Authors of Pain, in a 3-man or 6-man tag match. And Brady, obviously, you're starting off the night, kind of slow here with, the Pride versus AOP and Karrion Kross. What are you thinking for this one?
Just to break these guys down before I give my thoughts, I've always been a big Bobby Lashley fan. Freak of nature. Even going back to when he was in ECW, way back in like 2005, 2006. This guy was a killer competitor. Great athlete, and he still is now. We've seen him hold the WWE title. We've seen him with the United States title. Bobby Lashley still got it in him. No doubt about that. And the Street Profits, they might be one of my favorite tag teams today, actually. Always entertaining. Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, of course. Solo Cups going all the time. Party City, but they get the job done when need be. Then you go across the ring, and you got Karrion Kross. This guy, he certainly could do with this win, as well as the AOP, Authors of Pain. It's nice to see them back into the mix. To me, AOP has always been overlooked and underutilized. You stick these two guys with a top guy like AJ or Orton, and you've got a dominant faction on your hands, because both of these guys, they don't mess around. And whoever wins this match, I won't be too pressed about it, but I think right now it makes sense for Karrion Kross and AOP to take the win on night 2.
Ooh, that's an interesting take, because I'm going the other way on this one. I think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits beat Karrion Kross and the AOP here. I just think that, Bobby Lashley being snubbed off last year's WrestleMania card may play a factor into this, and now that he's back on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania, I think that he takes the win here, kind of giving his new faction a little push. Maybe the Street Profits maybe get a good push off this, string a few wins together, and they maybe get themselves back into the title picture, because this is a tag team that I thought could have possibly made the 6-pack tag ladder match, but obviously, you want to give Bobby Lashley that shot at WrestleMania again, and don't want to stub him off the card for a second year straight. So it makes sense for this match to happen. But like you say, you talk about Karrion Kross and AOP. I think Karrion Kross is has a great character here in WWE. And like you said about AOP, he's kind of been underutilized, same way AOP has been underutilized. It's great to see these guys get their WrestleMania moment here, on the second night of Mania, starting the card. But I think that the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley have so much more to gain than Karrion Kross and AOP. So my pick is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. But we're going to get to the next match here, which is LA Knight, versus AJ Styles. And this is a match that I'm pretty excited for. I always am a sucker for a home invasion angle in the WWE. And obviously, LA Knight has been, one of the biggest stars in the WWE over this past year. So getting him in WrestleMania in a match against AJ Styles, a guy, former WWE champion, a guy who was very dominant in WWE, a few years ago. So both these guys kind of clashing. I think it's going to be a fun match to watch. And LA Knight, that entrance is going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait for that entrance. It's just going to be the loudest entrance you're ever going to hear when LA Knight comes out. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. And my pick for this is obviously LA Knight. I got to pick LA Knight here. He's been so hyped up over this last year. The fans love him. I love him. I really hope that he gets the win here at WrestleMania. And like I said, I love the home invasion angle that they went with here. I love what they did actually as he, dressed up in that disguise as a production worker or whatever it was. Kind of took it off and laid the smackdown on AJ Styles. I think that was a great one too. Kind of went back to his roots there when he used to be a security guard, and now he's in WrestleMania against one of the top stars in wrestling in AJ Styles. I think it's going to be a banger of a match. I think it's a sleeper match of the night, and I think LA takes the win.
Well, first of all, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
This match, I mean, both of these guys are phenomenal competitors. Both on the mic, in the ring. They have it all. LA Knight, I mean, biggest baby face other than Cody. I mean, he's been over. I've been rooting for LA Knight ever since the Bray Wyatt match. I mean, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Um, Fantastic. LA Knight has been in my mind just one of the top guys who, like you say, needs this win at WrestleMania. He's got no gold. I wish he was in the United States Championship mix. I really want to see this guy hold some gold very soon in the near future, before his course has ran. Triple H, though, Triple H at the wheel, we know we're in good hands. I have no doubt about it. Other side of the coin, you have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And this can be put on record, by the way. I think AJ Styles is the best there is today in the WWE. I mean, in ring, this guy, there's nothing he can't do. He can be on the ropes. He could put you in the submission. He could do anything. You know, Mr. TNA, the face that runs the place a few years back, held SmackDown together. Captain of Team SmackDown back from Survivor Series and all of that. I mean, AJ has the history. AJ, he's not been utilized the best lately, but I mean, a guy of that caliber, he doesn't need to be. Everyone knows where AJ stands. He's just phenomenal, pun intended. And for that reason, I'm going with L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the LA bandwagon here. There's no doubt about it, and I'll definitely have to agree with what you said about AJ Styles. I think you made a pretty hot take there, saying he may be the best in the business right now. But I agree with what
Let me know
you
what
said.
you guys think about that comment.
Let us know. He said underutilized. Obviously ever since the OC has kind of been on NXT, he's kind of fell into the shadows a little bit, but they found a feud with him with LA Knight, and like you said, both these guys are great in-ring competitors, great on the mic. It's going to be a phenomenal match to watch, and I'm really excited for it, and like I said, I'm really excited for this entrance, because I think it's going to be unreal. But let us know down below, what do you think, LA or AJ Styles? I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to pick LA Knight, yeah. And next, we're going to get into the U.S. Championship match, the triple threat match between the Maverick, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. And Brady, I think this is a match that I'm excited for. I'm always excited for a Logan Paul match, which is crazy to say, but I want to get your pick on this one first.
Well, I think we got to give credit where credit is due. Logan Paul, I think, not just me, not just you, but everybody in the WWE universe. I mean, he's shocked us all. He's exceeded expectations. And I mean, what an athlete. What a recovery story for Logan Paul. Went from rock bottom to being a pretty fantastic United States champion. But you can't count out these other two men either. Randy Orton is back into the mix. I can't wait to see Orton back at WrestleMania. When he gets up on that ring post, puts the pose, I mean, my God, goosebumps every time. RKOs are going to be flying out of nowhere. And then you got Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. Kevin Owens don't take no slack from nobody. So it should be interesting to see all these guys link up at WrestleMania and put on an instant classic. My prediction for this match, I mean, it makes most sense to me. Logan Paul retains the United States Championship. I mean, he can promote his prime on the grandest stage of them all. Maybe have KSI out here. Get a little revenge on the Viper for that RKO that he suffered a few weeks back. But it should be a very interesting and entertaining bout for sure. Logan Paul's who I'm taking, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this match, Casey.
I mean, it's hard not to disagree with you there. I think the Maverick Logan Paul, I think he defends this at WrestleMania. There's no doubt in my mind there's going to be some antics from Logan Paul and his group of buddies. I think there's going to be, some brass knuckles involved. Like you said, maybe we see KSI appearance, get his revenge on the Viper here. That would be a fun one to see personally, as a big fan of KSI myself. But I think Logan Paul wins this match hands down. I think he's shown and, like you said, proved and, shocked the WWE Universe with his in-ring ability and how great of an athlete he is and how great of a wrestler he has become in such a short amount of time for him to win the U.S. Championship and defend it, and now potentially win and defend his title belt at WrestleMania. I think this it would be the result that I'm looking to see. I don't think Randy needs it as much as Logan Paul. Obviously an established wrestler within the business. This is a guy who could easily be tossed into, the world title picture at some point during this year. Same with Kevin Owens, a guy who, he could maybe use this win, but I think Logan Paul, out of all these guys involved, needs this win more. And the main reason I'm picking Logan Paul here is, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but I do believe that SummerSlam is in Cleveland this year, and Cleveland is where Logan Paul is originally from. So maybe we see, him get to defend the title in his hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. Maybe he takes on The Miz, both the Ohio boys, for the U.S. title championship. I think that could be a great storyline going forward after WrestleMania and into SummerSlam. I think, having him with the belt going into his hometown and maybe losing the belt in his hometown of Cleveland could be a great storyline to see.
2 LA Knight. Yeah,
I hope so. That'd be great. That'd be a great match. It's kind of one that everybody's been looking forward to for a while now, and maybe that's something we see. But I don't see him losing that WrestleMania. I think Logan Paul is going to make some viral moments here. Obviously, everything he does is a viral moment in the WWE, and there's going to be more to come here in WrestleMania. And I'm really excited for this match. But we're going to get into the next one on night 2 here, which is Iyo Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. And obviously, Brady, this is a match that I'm kind of really excited for too. I'm a big fan of Bayley for years, ever since she used to come out with the wacky inflatable tube man. I loved Bayley for a while, and I think that it makes sense to me for Bayley to win this match. I think, obviously Iyo Sky, a great wrestler. She's proven to be a great champion over this last little while since her Money in the Bank cash-in. But I think now, the Damage Control, kind of kicked Bayley to the curb here. And they, maybe she's looking to get the revenge on them by beating Iyo Sky and coming away as champion. I do think there will be some antics involved by Damage Control here, no doubt about it. But I do think Bayley overcomes all the odds here and walks away with the title. And I really hope to see that happen because Bayley is a great wrestler. She's a great in-ring talent, great on the mic, and she's an even better champion when she has a title around her waist.
Absolutely. I think you said that perfectly that time. I'm going with Bayley for this match as well. But like you say, big shout out to Iyo Sky for being the women's champion over these, how long is her reign now? She's been champ for a while. She's proven herself. So, I mean, and with Damage Control at ringside, I mean, you can't really count Iyo out, but at the same time, it makes sense for Bayley to win at WrestleMania. Redemption story, and I mean, Bayley's over. You love Bayley. I love Bayley. I'm a hugger. You're a hugger. Let's just get those wacky inflatables back. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. This was a match that is kind of a sleeper pick for me too, because I think both of these, in-ring competitors are great. I think, obviously they've been working with each other for quite some time now in Damage Control. They know how each other moves within the ring. I think it's going to be a great match to watch, and one that I think people are sleeping on here that you should get excited for, because I think this is going to be a banger of a match. But we're going to get into the next match here, which is Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. And Brady, I know this is a match that me and you are personally really excited about, but I want to get your take on it first.
I mean, this match, the build-up has been fantastic. Personally, I think that everything that's happened since the Royal Rumble has revived Drew McIntyre for me. Caught the sword. The sword was cool, but it became a little too much for me personally. And now that Drew is just an absolute troll towards CM Punk and Seth Rollins, I mean, I love it. He's capable of doing the damage. He's capable of laying digs. And you know what? I'm finally I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Triple H has finally allowed Drew McIntyre to go this route. Now, we got Seth Rollins on the opposite side of the ring. You can never count out Seth frickin' Rollins. But the thing that we obviously know, Seth Rollins has that tag team match the night before. And like I said earlier in the clip, you can be sure that our tribal chief and the final boss are going to lay the smacketh down on Seth Rollins on night one. And for that reason, I'm going Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, I like that pick. I like that pick. And Michael Cole, the way he is, he's going to build it up as Seth Rollins. He was in a match last night. The Rock and Roman beat him up. How healthy is he for this match? And, Drew McIntyre is fresh coming in. He's going to, he's going to build it up. So Seth Rollins is, kind of defying the odds here to try to win his belt back. And I think, to me, there's two situations that could play out here. And this is another Casey hot take for the video. I think this is one where, I said they split the tag titles. I think this is one where you can take your Drew prediction and I'm going to take this one. And I think Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre wins this match. I think he hits the Claymore. He's celebrating with the fans. Let's go, won the championship. He finally gets that moment with the belt in front of all these fans in Philadelphia. And then we hear the Judgment Day. And with the Judgment Day, Damian Priest comes flying down the ring. I think, CM Punk maybe gets off commentary, maybe gives it to Drew a little bit here. Maybe, before the Judgment Day comes out, maybe CM Punk hits him with a chair, whatever he can do with one hand. Maybe it's a kendo stick. I think he, beats up Drew McIntyre here after he wins the belt. Damian Priest runs down to the ring and cashes it in, and Damian Priest, and he cashes it in. We get Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and I think Drew McIntyre will beat Damian Priest in the cash-in. We haven't seen it in a while. I think that Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore off Damian Priest, and he's still the champion coming out of WrestleMania. What do you think about that take?
Oh, I love that. I would pay to see that. I've never been a big Damian Priest guy. Drew, I think right now is the time for Drew. Like he's had it during the COVID WrestleMania season, but I mean, sure it counts, but he did not get the ovation that he deserves to get. I mean, Drew is easily, I think, personally, one of the most overlooked guys on the roster. Up until recently, I overlooked Drew. I'll own it. I overlooked him. Forgetting about how good he was on the indie circuit and when he was in TNA and just how good of a bad guy Drew can really be. So anything that involves Damian Priest losing, I'm there for. Drew McIntyre, like I said, his time is now. But we also have that possibility of Senior Money in the Bank not actually having the Money in the Bank contract. And maybe we get some Finn Balor. Maybe we get some Finn Balor championship. And then that sets up Finn and Punk and Drew and Damian Priest. And what a fatal four-way that would be at Extreme Rules.
It would be unreal. I think this is going to be the match where you kind of can't predict. I think we're going to take my prediction being the Money in the Bank cash-in, your prediction just being no cash-in, Drew win. But I do think one thing to add to this before we clue up this match, I think they just announced Clash at the Castle in Scotland coming in June. So this is something you need to play a factor into here because obviously Glasgow, Scotland, Drew McIntyre, Scotland, I think maybe having him as champion or in a spot where he can go and challenge for the championship again in his home nation of Scotland is a situation that we do see arise. And personally, I haven't told you this yet, but I am planning to be at Clash at the Castle in Scotland. So I really hope that I can make this work. But I think they're gonna have to set something up there where maybe it's Punk and Drew at Clash at the Castle. Maybe it's maybe it's him just challenging Seth Rollins again. Maybe it's him challenging Damian Priest. Maybe it's him Finn Balor. There's so many options that could happen and play out here. It's a hard one to predict, but this is a factor that you need to play into here. I think you need to factor in that, they just announced the Scotland Premium Live event, so this will play a factor into this match. But we're going to get into the next match here, which, Brady, Here it is. It is the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The end of the story, the final page. We have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, with our prediction being a Bloodline rules match, which I really do think is what's going to happen. Bloodline rules for sure. But obviously, Brady, this is obviously the match everybody is looking forward. This is the main event of WrestleMania 40, Bloodline rules match for the Undisputed Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the second year in a row. I gotta throw it to you. What are you thinking?
I think this match has every part of potential to be match of the year. If they do this right, they play their cards right, no matter the outcome, it has the potential to be match of the year. There's been so much build up. There's been so much hype. You got the ultimate babyface in Cody Rhodes. The kids love him. The guys love him. The girls love him. Everybody loves Cody, even myself. I'll own it. I think Cody is one of the best babyfaces in the company since Daniel Bryan. And I'm a firm believer in that. But on the opposite side of the coin as well, you got none other than our tribal chief, who has beaten Cody once before and has beaten pretty much the entire roster here. So, I mean, it's certainly a tough one to call. If Cody is going to finish the story, it has to be Sunday. But as a Bloodline guy, my prediction for this match, no matter how it plays out, if it's The Rock's hand helping in, or Seth Rollins, or Solo, or Jimmy, or Jey, or Paul, or Rikishi, or you name it, I don't think it makes a difference. I'm going with the tribal chief. Ride till I die. Bloodline.
Wow. I gotta flip the opposite side of the coin here. I'm going with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes here. I think this is going to be a great match. Like, it plays into my prediction from earlier for night one's main event. I think, like I said, Michael Cole's going to put on that, how is he going to finish the story? He just got pinned by The Rock. They beat him up after the match and stuff like that. I think this is what's going to happen. So they're going to play into, there's no way he can finish the story. Kind of, foreshadowing that maybe he will win the championship, finish the story, do it for his dad Dusty, and I think this is what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a tall hill to climb for Cody Rhodes, with the interference from the Bloodline, from interference from all people who can be involved in this match if it is a Bloodline rules match, but I think the WWE Avengers are going to assemble. We're going to see maybe John Cena. Maybe we're going to see Matt Cardona. Maybe we're going to see Stone Cold. Maybe we're going to see all these guys come in and jump on the back of Cody Rhodes here to save him, to help him finish the story, to write the ending to the book of Cody becoming the WWE Champion for the first time at WrestleMania 40, beating Roman Reigns, forcing Roman Reigns into retirement. This is the end of the story that everybody wants. It's the end of the story that I want. We're riding Cody Rhodes till we die. Let's go. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, it beats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Well, all the Cody crybabies and yourself are going to be pretty disappointed after Sunday night. But it's okay. Maybe you'll realize then that there's only one true champion in this company. And I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It took me quite a while to realize it as well. But once you understand, you understand. And, I'm going with Roman.
And me every year, man. We're watching WrestleMania together. I'm cheering against Roman Reigns, and he always wins. And you're walking out with the ones up, and I'm like, come on, man. How does he keep winning? So, in my heart, and my prediction is that Cody will win. But at the end of the day, I can't strongly disagree with your take because it has happened so many times.
So many times.
So, yeah, but that's our predictions for WrestleMania. I just want to throw one more. It isn't a match. I want to get your celebrity appearance, maybe former wrestler appearance. Who are you thinking? We're picking one. We're going to throw an extra point on if you get it right.
Jeez. throw me a curveball here. See, clearly you're wanting that Cody Rhodes merge. Geez, that's a really good question, actually. Does Stone Cold count as a celebrity?
Yeah, we'll count Stone Cold, former wrestler or celebrity appearance.
Former wrestler, Stone Cold. Let's go. We've seen the truck. I don't know if we've talked about the truck. We've seen the truck with the faces of Cena and Steve Austin on it. I would love to see John Cena. Biggest John Cena fan there is me. I love him. 16-time world champion. Hope he gets a 17th. Would love to see John Cena at WrestleMania or Stone Cold. But you know what? No, scratch it. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. That's your prediction? Snoop
Dogg.
D-O-double-G.
Pull up with Little Wayne. You know. Meek Mill. Do your thing.
That's it, man.
Maybe have little TJ in here.
That's something I never even thought of, man. I never even thought that he might come out with Lil Wayne. That's something that went over my head. But my pick is Matt Cardona. I think
I love that.
They introduced him into AEW for that one match, that one-off with Edge in AEW, kind of introduce him back to the mainstream, show how good of a talent he is, and then WWE Triple H goes right to him and says, hey, man, come to WWE for WrestleMania. And how is Matt Cardona going to turn down WrestleMania and a WrestleMania appearance? He isn't. I think Matt Cardona is at WrestleMania. That could be way off, but I really hope it happens. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, and let us know your predictions for WrestleMania down in the comment section. Do you strongly disagree with the predictions that we have? Do you hate the predictions we have? Do you like them? Are you on board with us? Let us know down below in the comment section. We really appreciate it. We're obviously really excited for WrestleMania 40. Can't wait for it to start coming Saturday. I'm really excited. Obviously, we got Stand and Deliver Saturday morning, so it's going to be a long grind. It's going to be a long day of watching wrestling, but I'm so here for it, and I cannot wait. And if you guys enjoy our videos, you're looking for another home for wrestling content here on YouTube, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button, because 89% of you guys watching this aren't. So, you want to stick around for a while. We're building a great community here. We love hearing from you guys in the comment section. We love for you to subscribe to the channel and join the community we got built here. But with that said, I've been your host, Casey, alongside my co-host, Brady. We'll catch you in the next one. Yeah.